is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
I Boadu TV, Yamamunya Kaba and Fambraso. Na Oheneba of Wontumi TV. Omakasa Ediafa, Sena no Masiko, Mahama, and is a woman, my BC da. Mahama NDC Fase, Omubomana Momuchima Modede, and a Mahama, 6 months of a transfer, and a wise and a wise say, Omuchima Modede, there's a we near. One we. That's what I'm having. Baby, in a man being quay, will leak you. Na what ababa wanasema? Oh, unte yi baomia nipa ye obaya yese o hwan obinya mahama man appointment. Unasema mahama de hia ne se obe obema appointment ya. Ah, Rosemond obin. Baomia aid no. Oh, a man appointment ya. And na de o ma ye no Wontumi TV. Ho de nya wo kire na TV.
Our NDC for food soldiers no bufu funi se no musi di mampanine NDC party mpanfo no atem no sabe wo mun se no bia no wo hye adai ni say ababa wo ya won na siese no ye boafo mapa ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na wotwe bionu ye kwa akoto aba na oye no ho kwa metua ye be yi Dr. Bawumia ma ye be kika nsem a enim mpo na no ye nkoda nso re say appoint no senior presidential staffer
senior zaka
senior presidential staffer no obenya car obenya dan obenya cleaner obenya gardener obenya teseniama obenya no status no is equal that of a deputy minister na eno na NDC for Bruno jai ni excuse obu we ka say ebo say be omusi di omu mpanifo na tem no enya asem keto akra na eno so no entino ta wo che people ana wo ka say wa ya adwuma ana e ma obi bedi ye na de du kwan dis ya
si
efie bia mense no weku mense bia eno nti ana I keep on advocating say the youth of our party position yourself well.
No.
Let your works speak for you. Instead of waiting or hoping, say your godfather or your godmother will do for you. When they disappoint you, all your hopes are lost. But some people disappointed us. Why you juma? And this is from be able. Listen to one of government spokesperson. That is something. According to Ghana today, or see before you complain about Rosemond's appointment, ask yourself. Who knows you at the Jubilee House? Let us not reduce election support to only attending rallies and insulting people on social media. Oba you sumo de moye adwuma wi. Ene de omo ka chem no no.
E de wasi ayi.
No parking.
Dr. Mpo de twa mbo ase.
That is
Dr. Mpo.
Hey.
The Lila question appointment.
Entino, position yourself well. Mon fam hu enyina ye munya adwuma. Let your works speak for you.
Oh yes.
And no.
Nyuma no.
Ene dance of papa. Dan somebody mo ho batututu nkofo so no. Ba ha uti oso. Ene Rosemond call ye ya na wanya bi ntena so me ko. Obia ne niti ne shebre ne abusua ofiri mu.
Visual kan na
Alasa manfo say as a Rosemond picture na Kayane Delilah ya kwa
Delilah beya the old Bible man also Delilah for from ba kubete ai bojisango minim so na wo kan say the old Bible na the old Bible wo the picture
that be as a video
there were picture nim na wo hu ye no
oh the picture dem mama say as a video
promo ha hey
galam say na cha hey koso
gidi omo ya
Venus for airport is a high levels of mercury beyond acceptable limit found in cassava in Galamsey prone areas at Etwa East in the eastern region.
No.
And yaso for no way. Yamalam for no way. The so-called Ghana for now wo muso no mu de Ghana yo mu dadwene ti no mani abra na nado abra so galamsey as if na nado betimi the one day I stop it and I want stop no enne baby akwa kodu no
ambeko site da bay
banche wa me ambia you two galamsey wo tiwa east she said there high levels of mercury eno mo hunu omu
ya papa no me be ko site
so for no agile say wo mo dey the fight against galamsey ebeye topic e preach on their pulpit na no bi say be ofran ntuma kwa no obo akufo de din galamsey ene wo mo nyina agile the civil society and they can I sigbe so what appointment media coalition for one Martin Pebunum Omako Mono to run for example and nipa wait what is na wuwo no and found who be
I would be conquer no da ko fufu you ebe ko restaurant hotels na choba
70
jomo bedi kakra
now make us say the God of Dr. Baumia will keep on vindicating him.
Oh yes.
Now after 6 years on all launch drone medical drone delivery service no afei na UK for some homeland say wo mu so atimaye bi CNN ebo ho amane say de ko UK wo mu so timi de drone efen do command for bra Ghana ye na emfiensia chi o fiensia chi na no ababa wo ya we na ma wahyehyɛ kaka motobi woni ti sɛ wo fight galamsey na wa kwa excavator 40 ade achi ebuta de 3 ayira wono ye de drone na eba no ano se be ma ho asomo ho ene de be na anaso na wonka ho na ka ho aha se de be hwɛ mo ho ɛna enne enipa sa drone delivery service no asave wo mo adwo mo nkwa ɛwɔ mamu Dr. Baumia taught far ahead
na London
of even United Kingdom ama enne afa no mo ntimi nya afa no mo so hwe o awo mo de sa mo ho mane no adwene wei na ye ton ema mo in 2024 nimdie wei na ye ton de mamo this personality and I didn't mam 2024 December 7th and I'm mind this for that damo to tomu brade sana ene omuhunu baby botokra no monday
kutukwa no am the crowd
ashemu no you see na ye de begusu ani modi nkomo ama amamwe niema ekoso mu no ya keka adanadi e de akire mu na emum 2028 enche kra ebronya makoma ko 9 de na nsusu no de dikan no eko na afei de tosu mienu na kaba ebusumi nsia na eno susu eba confident ebuafu na ase wa so oko ewo electoral commission so na we say hey Ablekumanov yi semoye 19 police stations so semoye 2 semoye 21 o NDC for abo mutrimu po se ombe mu no eye de ya ombe mu enti ono no se omo ye incompetent enti the EC chair and the deputies na no aban ni nyomani won pam mu fro na we say adwuma omo ye no Ablekumanov no senior high school students go bet my better job than the EC na ye ewo Ablekumanov that is vice president of Imani Ghana Kofi Bentel and so Eddie the Coco Apa in Bofu Pam. But who said the programs officer or no Ewo CDD Ghana, Yera Abrampa, Mensa Abrampa, Paul, Comna Mensa Abrampa, let me go for carrier. Yes, often carrier Paulus, woman in carrier no son of my friend. On also say, I am one way ye pa, said the electoral commission able to take that decision after what kind of several times I will be able to say there will not be a rerun. And police stations me and sape and aka e honum na so adie no baba John Mahama na eka say we must protect our courts from political interference na John Mahama o kasa ya wetie no de and then economic manipulation and public intimidation president yo papa yate why ya be ne sa na ya hwe de enu so ebetumi afrimu aba enti yemrai honorable Kwesi Kunadum I mentioned of MP he's here he will check out earlier na wako attend to other engagements in the next 15 minutes then fa ya bo for near de obakata mu nsem nyina emram and so Dr. Ezekiel Jakum Obeng manifesto spokesperson on health 2024 campaign ma MPP they say they are still having difficulty understanding what the so-called 24-hour economy really is. Then so you force almost enforce on Tiasi. Your father, and some day, baby, and the National Cathedral, no, converting into National Cultural Convention Center. 81. You say you have a problem with the siting, location of the project. It is 2. Sika abiding semuno ka wase ankran kra bi aban woni ma papa bi a pressing priority to Ghanaians than say ye kwakwa sa de enei no wo mo sesalo from National Cathedral to National Cultural Convention Center e digake ade kona sika kona be ye project na wo mo chese e wo krom e tinje enyi free wono e hwa no mo ya no
am so mo sesedi
ade the NDC. Say what is some minister Bako, and is a chief council or whatever minister. Ebeka said they over politicize National Cathedral. It's more mind this for that damus. What to Abamo? Any way credit a woo. Oh, some means yape. Oh, the means yape. Oh, that means yape. I said, get Yaba, I resign. As deputy CU. Now, what supported flag bearer. A drums of Musabedino. Now, Junior Jabla so obeko, Amanabu Amaso obeko, Atofat is obeko, Harina Brutus obeko. Oh, Mudia after 2027. Sir Omu and into the transition now. A month for you will see what we will experience in this government.
I say a political party to say MPP there. We see not think tanks. A planning a dream a maye. Because your party, no, across Africa, minim party in terms of ideas, in terms of organization, you what happened to say NPP. And why that thing is missing is something that all of us will have to avert our minds to once again. A idea very important. Yan semno, yan come ye. Come make sure say to date, meet my car. Say not even President Kufu. And now year a Juma, Ira Kufu are a year.
A Juma another year.
Oh, yes.
8 years.
8 years. Not even.
Yeah, Juma Pa.
I say across the country, there's not a single school, secondary school. There's not a single one. There is not a single one. Substantial work. Substantial work. All of a sudden, you allow and you're taking it for granted. You no longer honestly at you am I refuse. So sometimes we take things for granted.
Yeah.
What was said doom so I can say for how long were we in power? We in power. For 8 years.
Yes. We never experienced it.
We never experienced this. And now we must say doom so no. Until young conquer ye day and living a day and Ghana for. Don't for say NDC for any opposition, only all them the opposition. NDC for recommended this. Omaka ask me actually.
Can you believe this? Say a buying and another a buying say Obaji tour and then with muscle doom so. You see,
I think say Jenny and Casano and from Swan de Nipa into Casse, you see in a yes. But I think say Ghana from so. And ye need quite be so. And a cover be see okay, ya so say, young can't say me because at a point in time, okay, free education somewhere. Now, what is saying? What I say, okay, free education is somewhere, no, what is saying? Okay, a year COVID as somewhere. No more the heading. I didn't come crowd the can. The only I had no cry say, oh, what can say, will be crying, you're crying, and we are not crying.
No, the COVID, yes, the COVID.
This is how they trivialize some problems are never one. And now, yes, so say a baby sometimes over 8 years now. Yeah, natural say. Before say many will require you for 8 okay, first 4 years here. Maybe I feel no wedding or to normal. I expect say within the next term now or say what me do see baby and I say behind. They say a ma na energy say what the smart or yana so ko bibia or the kwakwa no na anything I dey I think say that also affected us. Naturally, no, the energy man for the be cancer be a man for the be who the air cost on the ade no na afi ate bibi ho ayadia e was say ye 200 mo and I'm very happy say ye wura kodu am e de hihye bi ato akwam ane ye be training e friend say mo dis party school na ide aba because you see who say we a party ni na was stress say adwuma ba ye na party adwuma dia o say mount tie ni ye
must be well educated.
yes
knowledgeable.
me kofo ba ye president kofo ba ye my serve so many years manya hwe until say the last 2 years I would be free about money me youth employment coordinator and he free 2 years when he call position for another 8 years by now and then nipa do say bit my den agina ho ama party so that into say ya anya deliberate about it no my ye ni ehunu say kan no ana ye de yam ye de passion so that say e de ye adwuma and then mrantie na ba no say say ye de abam the anti no ase ni anya deliberate about certain decisions that we take say ya na be kwa we you ma NDC for ababe kan semwa and then some mo kan nyina no atwa be hwe mo and assemble no mo kan ya and they are doing the worst of the very thing that they complain about. I just said they were not going to talk about taxes at all. Man, now you say NDC for within 6 months. In fact, 6 months say, I don't when you say a person that.
Yeah.
In less than 4 months, no. What science is now to say no life insurance, omotum enefu omotum electricity, omotum akudi 17%. Water yatum. So that's here. But when you are baby I want you buy you know. What did insuo e ka cheye.
Still
done can you ka e cheye. It's your for trafie for almost 1 year.
Yep.
Yanti obi akatu so obi akatu anye de ankam. Hey, border.
Guys, give it them up.
40 ebeko.
Me say a question first.
Anya regional police command, a district police station. Almost space yes, excavator 40 at the time.
Almost school park.
Let me see you. Me bra me tell you say, what's your moko your friend saying, omo park you say you don't go na. Omo ko buy na dey chen na.
Also handing over to the police.
Enti harabisu no. Sabiu. Wono no waye. Wono se de obi anim se wono no. Wotie ni. Do betuma ahwera ahwehwe ha se wono ba besia e be ko wiram. Akochi excavator akochi excavator na wo tumi fa nante o wo de si low bed so
na me nchira wale pacho 1 second bro ozo say no munya low bed and find transport to excavators ne ko ba bi eso mdeko na hede ne fi room ho ba police station.
Yes, alright. On one kasana at point in time. Was no munya low bed. A chain na so muye then on the bar police station. Maybe omuchi.
And a police station on walk car park and on walk school park kakaka.
Me police station say call me man you.
Oh, so no can.
Oh yes. I go hand over to the police
because no so on low bed. Enti no. Like I say police station na
Ayra.
And you can also tell me say all the 40 excavators they are working at one site.
So could assume say assume say omo nyina ye adwuma omo ye adwuma one side class so they be go back so that's it because I go fa binkum
no get ofa go the CDS in the bar
it work with their ba
there are a lot of questions to answer
exactly
there are a lot of
also point to say very
a lot of questions to answer
because low bed now the free hobai no when you go for buy no so low bed twintwi enko ba bia so dey
yeah
and low bed ne say and I'm say hana bisu e ni no it was no bebo ka ato fuel agu excavator a low bed mu atua 7,000 as 8,000 per one excavator low bed no okofa baako a ebi won no bejo 7,000 as 8,000 minimum ene do meje de na work of 40 abegu faako what you say excavator ma excavator ru ano low bed ru ano na for Tigra, we have go police station. One can worry. So that say, we ya dear. Kuntum posem. It said yo. Omoko say. Omoko fake currency we have no. National security for. National security for ntimi amount to surveillance ehunu say wo ya no a wo di say adwuma no wo ya no enie ni akoto ahye no so akye no national security for afedi omu wi omu say one alaji kro no ebepem ne yehunu alaji kro so ya NDC ni so ya MPP ni ebepem ne na sabi dealing fake currency a osomo kwa na say fake currency kura mpo na fake currency we dealing fake currency any offense efum na obi ante ho hwe hwa omo say ayi cables ayira wo port and now omo national security for call say Chinese for bi o say ayi for bi workshop omo shop omo kwa no omo nane sa no manya no omo say sa no mani bi enie sa no ma no omo de enane no free ECG for na jusu ena abepi ho no sa asem no akosi sai ena omo sa etwa omo beka kire se omo hunu sa no ma no so ata se dia mo ka so mba ebie ni ho no mu a omo timi ayi mu bi ade a omo de bo omo asafo hene ne dollar ya omo ka ho asem mo fa blog ba ko entofo na kire se amana ame a kire se eno ena ma se bia dollar na ede agina na se nyede enyina e mo nye blog ba ko mo fa entofo blog ba ko se mo fa entofo so atase enti edien ena ekoso a eno nti ye MPP for ye ntimi enka ye humum na ye nyede na ye da bia bato so enehwe mama dia mama ye die si o mamu ha Ghana fo kan no tum asofo akomo no tum civil society organization akomo no tum imam fo akomo no tum kesa nananum akomo no tum no Oheneba enya asempapa mama dia wo ye nyina e constitution e ku no ye I'm telling you because the question Rollins Kran yes adie no the question no Rollins Kran po anya de sadie Rollins Kran ye say wo ye soja ni a nipa so Rollins no wonye de
Chief Justice
muya
and this issue amode
Chief Justice muya
as the reasons are they want to remove her.
Chief Justice muya ye wie ye no mo wie a mo so ko electoral commission ye yi eso na kise ne no there's no guarantee say a channel so aban mi fu baba so a omo anya dai influence nti ye constitutional bodies no institutions are constitutional are established you see no ya neutralizing na amanya be ordinary institutions me say wo hwe omo ya bakwasi mu a se ku sikura mbu no a judiciary omo fomo so anya dai enka judiciary I'm yet to find out from anybody out no be ka say ku bia siga na ha ama ku no affect judiciary wo mo affect wo mo executive e betu aban gu a the next say be dissolve parliament the judiciary is always left intact because unim ho na sebe akoye yedwanko bia sa asem to ohiani na asem to sikani a beebi a obekọ akodwan atoa ama ya kana asem bia ide amano no ho na sikani eni hiani eyepe it is a Chief Justice emuya ote akonwa so wanya kwadu bia mono say court we di asem na asem no so oka ho bi eni edi asem no na asem nyina ni watia me watia me court now misbehave a ya on ti on be ode o mi o court a ye wo ha ye ba yi o program nie ene wa frɛ ne esi me kyerɛ adwene se bibi koso ha na se e de se program no a wo ho kwan se we instill discipline e wo afia ara me boa
Yeah.
we asem we ayasem na lawyer for no judges o mo nkuna bia lawyers and judges fight all the time in court they fight ndie de no kwa yekwadu a etimi di obi free na konwa so na de man ye hu ni say as we speak article 146 no constitution e kyerɛ sɛ sɛ woba apply a ɛwɔ sɛ nka yɛhyehyɛ ɛto wɔ no kyerɛ ɛkwan a bɛfa so de ayɛ dɛn ɛde handle article 146 office holders so far saa hyehyɛ no ɛmaa yo saa hyehyɛ no ɛmaa ɛna ɔmo yɛ enquiries na ɔmo ɛyɛ no nso no ɛwɔ sɛ nka ɔmo use CI 65 no a ɛno no regulate commission of inquiries no they are not using it ɔmo use CI 47 ɛno regulate high court proceedings na high court deɛ wokɔ hɔ no a litigation civil or criminal ɛhyehyɛ a
kisa maame no obi ni na
kɛsɛ maame no kɛsɛ maame no ɔyɛ sɛ obi ni na twema nso nti wokɔ a republic verse ɔmo yɛ no ɛfrɛ sɛ ofori ofori versus asomasi ayɛ civil procedure ti sɛ wonti wankra wonti aseɛ wotwi ho a wonti aseɛ o
ɛna obi ayɛ din
asɔfo obi ayɛ din na mi salutu
ahemfo ni bi nkabi
salutu imam no a na ɔbɛbɔ mpaeɛ
national prayer and thanksgiving way no
mi salutu no
bɔhyɛ ba wɔ video no wɔ hɔ
wɔn wakyerɛ sɛ ɔman yi ɛda n'akoma poro so sɛ wɔn nyina baabi anka sɛ ɔman panyin anim ɛna wɔka mo baayɛ mo bɛto Akufo-Addo ho na Akufo-Addo paki court Akufo-Addo ampaki court one day Akufo-Addo baayɛ Mrs. Georgina Wood no Supreme Court one retire maami obedi Chief Justice after Sophia Kufu no Supreme Court one retire Justice Eni Yeboah one retire Justice Tuguba one retire Justice Datepa one retire
yeah
Justice Julius Sansan one retire Justice Doche one retire Gbedegbe one retire kese take it now on between asu amoma to Akufo-Addo appointed enipa amoma akọ replace sa judges yi and yedi ko share yes Akufo-Addo pack court Akufo-Addo never packed the court all the Akufo-Addo did was to the place was say obi every hot mo akọ time no why they appoint obi asha now retirement no eyamra ne ahyehyɛ sɛ unya 70 years a azo akɔdwa ahome ofi eti court no na hɔ court no na hɔ ɛna yɛtranseɛ sɛ deɛ na yɛ wo kan wasem yɛkɔfa ba yɛ sɛ yɛyɛ anumum ɛna ɛma DC foɔ kaya sɛ ɔmampanyini paki court saa na Ghana foɔ fire na mama ko gyina simpie so president mama ko gyina simpie so sɛ judiciary na nkasa ndie ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ den yɛ peg judiciary o say reforms or the judiciary na saa reforms no saa current chief justice yi on tumi enye de enni saa reforms no animu o say ensa kyerɛ ɛwɔ judiciary ni mu na saa chief justice yi on tumi ntra hɔ ɛmɛ enye saa nhyehyɛ no so ta say oba ye no ani bosome mienu ɛna ɔmo kɔfa saa kwadu yɛ den ɛbɛbɔ no enti di ɔmo ka procedure no ho ahwan yɛ nyina deɛ be deɛ yɛ mpɛ sɛ matwuma dwena yɛ de akɔ saa procedure ase article 146 sɛ adeɛ na anya in camera article 146 sɛ president establish premier fashion just sɛ ne nyina yɛ adeɛ a ɛyɛ rodo rather because sɛ onya aka sɛ yɛ de petition ni ba president no decide sɛ ebia exactly the president pempe was when one say oh montoani okọ enu na say oh ya no so no an so dey set committee because in this case no it has first the chief justice and the president no an o yeden and o set a committee no show president na no age tum say papa maame no owo question to answer kwadu no ye kwadu a mu odu so kuyi no na no ono akura na esa yi nipa say monkɔ hwɛ say ampa say nyina so wa asema make ne mu right Dr. Boko
boss
it's a serious issue
Ghana yɛ do on
Ghana
so I did
enye do things are not good o things are not good. Also, there be a balance. They make kind of say internal wrangles. No, I'm fan kofo. Na yen concentrate on. the common enemy. Because the moment common enemy, no, on the field day. And I do pay. I meet my client and say, NDC taxes on the voting be black and Kragana for Yawe. To come on, as some can more come.
Ye home come.
We can win now, we can win. And that's what they are doing. They are pushing a lot of things in there. Now, Lanche 24-hour economy. What is 24-hour economy? Some call Lanche. We can be here. There are a lot to be talk about.
You are getting away with so many things.
Mama, I so simple, Dodo. It's Omunjai. The man NDC team winning lesson is the first time I'm losing 2020 no. I'm losing na and almost started say yeah the papa we baba. Sadly, you're a young baba. Okwa losing almost still sad ne beko. It woman energy nyina no mumfa sika nkwaye posters we nkwaye ne de nkwaye de common poster on buy was for one person. Everything was just towards one person. It is Muhammad Nyakwanya and can someone about the party no Emma United Front Omunyina attack MPP throughout. But this is a program. Program, radio program or Accra na sepoma na MPP bakotia we king way about me. Na NDC neto. Na mum you know to connect them no so to what na. Yes. Are you sure that's the way to go? They make and say, they should bury their differences. I don't know, there's only one candidate and on the Rebecca. Traditions are set up peace, not what other. Because some come home number to name a year, it's very easy to win 2028 than to lose. But someone who say no money called the equity idea, the 88 to the cry, a burden. The sun catch it. Almost person 2 MPs need being as for it's too early. We'll be rural parliament within these 6 months. And a baby so if you're not a Greek, a baby, a neka cancer, and I'll show you. Oh, I been on the booth. I'm from the Panone, yes, I better than it be. But I Greek, a Benedy, bitch, so ye. And Tino, Omunyabo Trekakra. So, who so person who could DMP ni bin as a former, Omoko in 6 months as a former minority, Omunya Jumakase, Omokonya, Omunya Jumakakra, Namusombo, Ebasa Muno Besi, Ebefisia, or him Bavia, Akuyi, Amana Kamo. Or Naja. Yes, a bumpire.
Sure. I want to say, Uber test from the bay.
What's he said? Party, Emma.
Is it what you want?
Party, Emma. A quite say, Ubian Quesa.
Okay.
Aha, and tea. Oko people on our way, because I here and then also yeah, that's right. You know, send the party a boss now. Yeah, but me good consultation, so I may name for a Casa say, a bear at least do one more. Almost so a bear in Tina problem. Good so then there. But I think
what do you think we have to do? Inject into our communication.
I think say
that we explain the issues of the day. Emma Ghana for a TSE.
I think say the major issue no a year has got to be resources by way of the information that are made available to communicators, party communicators. So what I say. In fact, me respecting the power was hard a year. Honorable Chief and Sabunsu. I believe you'll be free crime baby of finite time, say at least 1 or 2 radio stations or no way day. Because that's on no alcohol. That's why. Your ministers a year abine. So I say, na say more information, that's information from ma. Na oko radio, oko TV. Na one hour say oko share via internet and I say one idea. Obre. So what I say. Kokubako. One person unya information on your party ni nso unya information sin obia. Why is it possible? Kokubako kasa. Utunu say okasa. Unyina so no de kasa. Na bibia ni hono mo a emadwuma no ye emre say okasa na wonyina so no wa kire say nyina so eni. So why you are not to nchen na say oyi ano oka no kwan bi so na say enye ye no say wayi asanse dia dance den dey action. I think say one major ayi say we make it available the information that are available no, timely to the communicators. So I think they were trying to do one or two.
Yeah.
But I won't say motivation. Motivation for communicators. And now before said, well, more when you have a servo. So we MC, so we member of parliament, so we former minister. I'm going to walk some of these rich information. And because I'm sure, which one say a mood.
Yeah.
So until I was a party, you could do so have phone be now from time to time. Yes, say we can be. We say a former national security minister. Irakandapa tina wana so kasa kese me say abotemu yeden eba so yura dambo twemu no ho yede sankofo no abre no so mo yede omo kasa yede kana fati omo nka na yehunu say ye wompenfo bi a omo so yede eta ye chia omo di say adwuma maye nti say anya information available communicator ha wetra ho but on make any impact bias so nti information and then say better resource communicators some more was you say a complete department here resource now more I research enough research to say if it's about energy or you hadn't so much about everything about it so what I say I guess it be a afena or cover bit and piece bits of it baby no the baby you can see any answer why the oil I don't think say no there why a dear nyapa communicators no you see a 2 about you kutu ni pa for say omo articulate omo twi no mo kan twi no o be ka bube and this ni bi wo harma me respect na pa Gabriel what I say we are one fine communicator o kasa no de be bia de because asante regina wo no wo bube be no so wo bunu so ye ba isi asem so kan si asem so until you say take that deliberate friends effort no say be ya bit menya sa individual so normal boy communicators
you need always to be engaging. When democracy is not only about the numbers, but it's also hearing the silent majority. Also, to me, the wakuma no adwene to from etie ketua no owo mu nimpo no so na adwene kire. Maami one ne mate fie kra no most often eya na aduane a ne ba ketua ne pepa kra no ya otan no. But it is only in our politics. And na say ne nuan NDC former ye no say ono de waka no and na de bia ehye won den so ne say officer by the magnitude and the margins of the numbers no one is in about 20 core into no ni padodo no atanechi but don't can say ni padodo na anto aba e kire ne ma mienu enye pe no pe wo but de no pe no opeso obedi o man so no to aso di so no ebi officer niam bi mpremprem bi no anya ne de nti ni mpie kura ankoto aba when you and I know say in our electoral history we don't look at only the percentage and but you look at the absolute numbers also. So any partner churo mudi and no more the kotuaba. Ohine anso any dudu na kotuaba. So it tells you say enya winning any pa dudu na one mine no mo pel. But the omudia no mo peno and no man farmer because they felt said there was something wrong. Yenu anu nu omo. And that manja nu I can promise you if it be communication service tax. Yeah, that's all. And that's all. So that's all. CST said that's all. See any Kobi to say Ora Sam George. I don't criticize number so come. Or see me when John Mahama becomes president, His Excellency. The first budget will come somewhere in March 2025. That's a ban when communication service tax and I would attack him. What is what attacking that? Communication service tax on they only use that as an avenue or the nyina so the barbenu. I see some of the people doing that. Okay, be an quad butching because son ho yade yenya no heya. And about need defend it. Private jet ye de corner de but only defend it. A year wa anye me, ye me anye wunti, o say enye. Has a man knows it. If we ne twa kire money ade say ye wo in be say hey, beko you obidia o ene ye. And that's the problem that we are facing. Or me any kroma. And I'll tell you why I'm saying me any kroma. And I wanna or the galamsey a year campaign gidi and omuni nya post on just mo ka kire I see omuni the competence and the capabilities to say somebody there omo de ye galamsey ho asem ka nti no de ye nya man kofin because ene wanya ne post ene wanya can we TV so
Debia da wokwa na nsuo CCTV so esi Francobra River Woti Densu pra ofe ene wo biem they are not even interested in talking about it. I mean, from where I sit any de me hunu no enuanu munya enu ho because omo feel say they have the numbers to the extent to say they don't even need your input in doing anything that they would want to do. But the may you no. I say wonam na woko na so atre futu ene akwankyere. Sebi nya onkwa na wonam odi nipa dodo ne nam. Odi nipa dodo na eden enam tie brown na wanti a odi nipa dodo konso hwem. Na watwe wie ye ka bi kwate hwe IPT. Yesi abranti bi na na drive wabobɔ na so moni ade. Onzo no awofa no hudie. Ba nipa nan ene nyanti yesi ayeden eko. Ebi a wote na mu no de enti a yesi ma no de konya nkwanhia no ye kan ne bi anko tie yi a ke bi nipa nan bi anyeden anhwe omo nkwa de okram ne de on de obenya na kwanya akọ eno omo ne kram o kan wonti a o de hwe ase a oyemi no mienu ne bebre and the multitude of people in the country ne bebre ento omo nyan no hu bia wo makwem ene kwa na boni beka se dia on their high horses wo gina obra ne no antadua so because ene tumi aba wonsa o dodo de ope bia no ye de ope bia no oka obi antimi nya ne hwe enkosi aga and they are putting fear across board in the country intina no obi eso se obekwa akoka na akwa se anamwa wona wonya na person and that is the problem we are facing now in this country.
And come up and mudi no mo parliamentary both sides the chief justice issue when him say on betra radio so TV so yes the normal politics we be within your closet the chief justice issue could you to Blackwa Washington embassy ohonom passport hon sensem what are you doing D-levy next week Wednesday back.
I mean, the danger we face now and say we are weakening the institutions of this country and especially in fact the judiciary our worker the chief justice and I'll tell you why. I had the opportunity ono yenuanum ni bi din koma ohu omo akomemu se emwa omo atimi se niema na ekoni nkoyi nano na obetitia ana ma amene kwa on resign wonko en moni ade obeyi ne ho ano ka asem bi me etoma koma so yepa o se mi jai na me kwa ebe me agye atum se de ye ka no no kra o hina ide ade ne ye ka fa ma mi o hina ye se enipa miensa amfa nipa mienu eni kuo baako na branch bi di animu or the Kingsley something and one police officer and you see ura baako de Daniel Ofori and aboma me no kwadu na kwadu no hwehwe mu nyina me ekokowie yi pa na ohene niema miensa ho yesi edikan ode ne kunu etu kwan omo ka plane call for Ethiopian airline emoni ade etoso ohene etoso yeso ode ne ba etu kwan edne fa plane edne tu kwan etoso bi ohene yesi ma ni sika $14,000 so on fan tu kwan oba ama be bu akonta ewo ho ohene aniama mi hense wo mpa de bond kwadu ni o but so our constitution ni mu a the entire culture say article 146 no ye dey the basis which me dey chief justice no ohene if you give me an opportunity I may want to read so mama kwanya na be kan 146 ni ho no edi kan ma kire oniema mienu bi amwate ase 146 article 146 of the 1992 constitution no, the broad heading here removal of justices of the superior courts and chairman of regional tribunal and the first one the point 1 no, they say that is clause 1 a justice of the superior court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except or say untimi nyini pano agise Supreme Court judge the chief justice and a regional tribunal chairman untimi agise enema miensa bako or say stated misbehavior or incompetence or on grounds of inability to perform the functions of his or her office arising from infirmity of the body or mind. Anything. Ɔse one ɛgye sɛ nipa no ada suban bi a ɛmfata anaasɛ ɔntimi nyɛ adwuma no ɔtɔsi no ne dwumadi a ɔredie a ɛfiri tie ne ye ɔtɔsi no ne dwumadi ni mu no wanka ne kɛkɛ ɔde qualification ɛba ho a ɛfiri sɛ ne mmerɛyɛ ɛwɔ adwene mu ɛne honam mu. That is what it says. Or incompetence or on grounds of anyeria eyewe on ewo such as say ewo infirmity of the body or mind. This is a nipa na dwene mu ayemre anase ne wedie mu atoba anase wade suban bi a eni kwan se oda na die ayetia ne nhyehyeye ohene ne man miensa emu dian na ye maami George Tokun
Gertrude Tokunu
emu dian na adwuma watoba ha woni wedim ohene metie mesia wo me enda ne kreachi eko mfie nkunu ni around 2016 and okoi 23rd March ohene somewhere before that obekono to kwai ko Holland oba no onya stroke tiedi hwiche ne fa no ade ne ba kuma ase bosumi nsi achi ohene osa kwaye lecture ano ye lecture ekokire na ade Okumasi Technical University esa kire ade Okufori Technical University esa me man 5-year contract sa kan sabre na no oba no se no atoba ha e woni widim because na ya de ache no eno na bia me no mienu wa hunu papa watoba ha ne dwumadi a wodidi ontimi jame nkoka nkyere mpanyimfo se ontimi ne dwumadi no tie mahwehwem ana se bia nipa no na adwene mu no ayemre nipa adwene be yemra ebia onya asa yare na afa na adwene mu ana se broni wa yare bia efe ni dementia ana Alzheimer's eno ya ne kan adwene no eba ne se arefre ba ne so okana asema insisi so odwene on kai ne ebi o kai dachi and the twam ne nko a ohene eno ne ba eno nti ana mrakunu no yehye sare hye mu se ba ne sa ne ekodoso nipa na hwa ye de ko in camera untimi fo bi mra ye meto abontene enye se bibia nti ne de ko in camera because ba ne sa na ye be mo wona onim de no aba ba hwe nipa ne ebia mu because o hospital kwa na doctor epese o free wa on found na nanim odo ko no the screen atwa won ahia okufiri wi anu osado ayden abetena se odo ko in camera because omo bi hwa dagem ti so nipa ne betena se no be so no kasama ye ntie so kasa ne besisi so mo ne ade no obi ehwebu abontene a eno de emwa eno ntini e ka se in camera because ye nim se obi mfa hrodo nsem biara emma se emfa nyi chief justice ohene
emma mpanyimfo bi sunsom
ohene $14,000 Mami Tokonu ba ya obeyi anu no odenkrata be kire ya judicial service na agya stamp atum se otu kwan oba no ode 9,000 and over ode nsesa 9,000 e buy se sika am de ma me no enie nsesa ka enie ohene na throw we na de ko na unnim so de ko na panyini pa na krata da bontene se eye no kweso de baya anu ntine yebo nipa ne kwadu eto so biem ye wo mra bi e won hyehyedie bi de ma wo mo ohina ase wo ba adwuma ma wo ye adwuma wa so kwa bonti akwa ye coverage ohina sabi hanya wa na wo fa wo ka de ko nya wo ka na de ko adwuma no ma ka ma de ko ti se ma me chief justice bi ye na adwuma ene mfiri ne ohina emra na me ka wasem no otro ni 2010 no otro samra no na ma me no me chief justice and ye review here in 2019 na ma me no me chief justice obe chief justice that in 2023 emra ne kire say ye friend the superior court justices travel policy akwantu nhyehyɛ ya ye de ama wo mo 2010 no me ye yeso utu kwan a omo paragraph 9A anu akan oso utu kwan a owo akwantu so okodiri dwumadie afimu a yensi ne kwan so be so utu kwan empre wo ha afinimu no okodini dwumadie a official yensi ne kwan ana osa kan biemu a ne nto aso no a ose se otu kwan no a owo ho kwan se emu ba ko okwa ɔde ne ho kani so ɔyɛ ɔba ɔde ne kunu ɔyɛ bɛrima ɔde ne yere ɛka ho kɔ anaasɛ or any other person of that person's choice.
Obi a ɔpɛ so ɔde ne kɔ bia.
She's not the first person. She's not the first person who Chief Justice from 2010. And you only can why Chief Justice from 2010. It is Wakono ni kunukwa. Now when almost when she is traveling, or he say almost say oh to sa kwan no no do be ne air kanwa ono ne pa. Baby or betina no. The ticket and the class of ticket of her travel no and no ebi and I say ni pakro no esuntena. It is
Yemra ni ahyehyɛ ne sa.
Yemra ya hyehyɛ enye ono na hyehyɛ 2010 and ye such a 2019 also by 2023 ohine when ye de abɔ ne kwadu o when ye de abɔ ne kwadu eno ne ye de pam no eno ne ye de ma atemu adwuma no ebre na ho asese yi ohine ti so ɔresa ne ma we nyina na de ya na ya wo mu ne sɛ sabi mpanyimfo adi ama mu na ba akokra de police ni no de na ewo mu no ɔka sɛ ɔkɔ court so okudi asɛm na ne nsusu die mu no maame na nkasa ne ho yie
so watia no ene ntie nyina di Chief Justice na wonim na ɔte so no emra no odi sa asɛm na no ɔte so no na nya maame ne nko an te hɔ nyono nko a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court baako efene Poaman and now na committee na omu do so se ebeyi maame na na se yenyi no ye bepam na nan pam on na chairman ura na chairman of that committee justice na chairman of that committee on na titire ni e wo sa badwafo kuo no a ye di do so maame no wo sa ansem we ni mu no no ne maame ne na ti akonya kroso a omu di asem wa na papa no eba wo nanim ti maame no ntro ye a wo tro ye wo na no yidie sem wo de komo mampanyini ansa no de mu ne sɛ obepese obeyi saa ni nua no anu ne ati akonya no so no dance komenu na net ho odi oba kase matia nipa na na amantia no sɛ nipa no obeyi ni dance ni no da ɛno na aba beye titena ni a ye de sankrata na koma ne sɛ ampa maame no na no de o masa yi ho emra asɛm ni nyina ba no hene ɔno amu no ohun bio ba na ye nua no wo NDC na onam radio so kasa no no mo ka o ka cho mampanyin se mesrew metime ho asem si atro krata abrɛw se ma yemfo nso bebre nti enu nti enhwem ne yempam me be se me ho mfo nso kro ne atro de abrɛw no mambi enu ba ye asem bebre okrom ha o ewie ne ma ne bie no yi ano de koye enu mampanyin abo akire di ama atemuafo no badwa abaso abanum ko no se omonye den omonkɔhwe so ɔkɔ ɔmanim no ɔka akire ɔmo se ɛyɛ no kre yɛde maba manim but aboa kra no sabi ye be kunu ayema ne nsu ansa na yɛ den ye kunu kan ye sin nsu no na ye ma aboa ne benu ansa na yɛ den ye kunu nti mesrɛ mo se ensemfua no yɛde ama mo se me bɔne a me ye no a yɛde ama mo ne yɛde bi kyerɛ me no mo ma me hu se ɛyɛ no a ɛna da manim
a yɛde bɛka asɛm no ɛyɛ no a ɔmo se da bi ye ma obi ano hene ye do akogina amrado anim ye bebu aten ebua okunfo kadi ama ye ne bua mekunfo na menya no da bekum ya okum ya wo se o membi ekwa mebu okunfo won no so be yo ma dansefo no wo se ompene ma wonyi wona dansefo ohene wo se ompene o ohina ni with the sawo even eniema kwa na beboa no omo mbo omo kwa adu ni bi wo so abadwafo no kura so omo masa ankofo no kura ma emetena ho ema kwa adu no mbo en kwa o meka no nipa nanim yehu sɛ no kura anasa nya no kura ba me de misro nie o kai mre bi a video bi ba bontin ma nema bebre kɔ so ora na asiwi aba judge sie bi ho me bi kura famu ehwe wo nkwa oni sɛ wona ya mmom na kwanya pa amwo ntimi anyi omo ho ano no ebe ne kwa achi omo de kɔ court no just anso gi abo omo onso omo say di bem am ye tu omo kenya de momo but anim guase anu wagu nipa no ntimi mpepa he ba kwa mi hu ni ohene ɛno na me nua ba ko ne nua NDC fo ne bi di nkomo se ma me na ye too emotional no bɛka ba baabi a edu lodge money ade ɛne ne enti a ade enti na ko hye tokro mu sa a ye di na asɛm ɔkɔ abasiriwa ne emiamia no hwɛ ne ho ɛne na lawyer for kra yam obi amfa ne laptop kra ɛna me no mienu nim sɛ phone kra no utimi de yedwumadie nyina ono obi ka ɔse we are battling emotions with legality na ye nyan that the law is the law is the law and request the law is the law is the law bounce and no GB through the president Madam Gatti ebe kan say omampanyini enhwe mu biem na nkobehwe a on rescinding the decision about the suspension of the chief justice e man no the matter is omo kai bibi omo kai bibi bagana Israel for say lest we forget eye den said omo refi no matter the adversity by man me refi because man no ka edu lodge money ne manema bi no on the 30th June by enche 30th June e by enche the reasons in tia yanum bi yetena sini ahyehyɛ ne yehunu sentia etimi ma bi munya atirimopo a wonya akwanya otimi fa enipa miensa anu ya temuafo ene osra ni ba akoka ho eku won se wuya ya ne ya hwe ya yanam kwati kwan so de bi beku nipa kra wo krom ha. And I give you a classical example of one. You have to accommodate me so. Ma misisi na kranti ado. Oba time na ne ba. Eda no for so I fa no de ne koye. In 1980 August, odi assembly. And that time na AFRC aba. Eko. No di sa asem na AFRC for na pass emra. I say when assembly obedi bia no by dia committees no decree no obia ni court to be no sit Mrs. no. There should be no court that should overturn any decision of a committee of the AFRC in their judgment that they've passed. Case your friend the director is against the director, the Republic versus the director of prisons and other ex party Shackelford. Now you obia ya china koto fiase say waton niema bro control price in so. Ni amo no kwadu. No onim de waye ye ne kotum and wo tro de call court say ye mo nwura de kodi awaye okodu ne ma ne sa kwadu nsi wato ama abro so ene ye natum fie miensa en mo ni ade nipa no sign ne krata na I say ne die aye kan ya no one wo ye ne mra metena se ne ye metoto ma no a ye say we will not even call witnesses na mo tro de buy ne krata to even the committee ebi nie ma me ne hwe krata nipa ne natum no say krata ne kwa ye verify signature ne nim nipa kro. But against the decree number 3 no na chese se adene fa ne mra kwan mu a chese de na ne agitum se PDA na nye ba de se fa mra kwan mu ntino so kan ria kutomu a otimu se ebia na the decision was not right but ebia fa mra kwan mu nti the judge ne went on the way no ene asem foforo maame no overturned those decisions say senke fa mra kwan mu kra dia ba anka decree no ho nsem no onka bi but wontimi mua obi etanchia anaso obi ntimi nwura din mu mu obi ntanchia emfa ne nto afiase abra ye pani pakon ni nyina so pa ode ya yenya I think say eno ankoyie ohene I think say eno ankoyie ama here for us for no because it was against their decree eno na akwanya ba bie mu no onya ho akwanya ye no bi mu adwene mu no esu se ema de si ye no ono bisa no obeka ho entine so obi ya de na oye no kwati kwan so a editia science institutions na they cannot be above reproach. Yentimi nka say yentimi criticize womo because in one of the rulings money adiano I think a case that involves liberty press so say the judiciary even must by their own self prove for their own existence but say oh ye bibi sebi now criticize womo say ye because they are the last bastion of hope, the last bastion and only arms in me ensano de ewomu a eboa miminu mienu directly wan hwe ye na unya asem a na hwe na ono mranimfo no kra na ye ni say yo na me no mienu ma me a otimpo na majosio ene onya asem ho no koka kire no
mo na mo wo mra sero jafi am hyehye sa amra ne nyina. Now how do you feel the rule of law, justice delivery and abansi san ba ye ya bowura we fi ya reading the house ya sese niema ya chiwe ka ya kwaji we ka ya yesi ya chiwe he say kwa the new year abana ye bail bond
near this kakraka ato so we meet you 50 million. Untumi de near CNT bi da Hanan de na yero kambuma 90 million. Na to say Mona moye mrano, why are you silent?
We've not been silent. We've not been silent. Na na medika aka no. When I'm so asisi because we feel say no do so dodo. We feel so mine town echi. Na mine mu ni nipa no mu bi no mo eta won echi. Ti na so obi social media na all criticize say de ekoso ne nye. Ohene na me no ka say 7th July 2025. On is 7th January 2029 baba. And the end to say a near wolf is an on what 2 years and a baby as in a question number form. And it will be a won't be and all supporting be I should remember. Say, so do soon amount the same thing. Near do first out when you so prepare now for the order. And I say, and ya won't put what if ye? The office of your neutral person. When near many now ye a he free, it be a hinty. Of funny so a ye he free. Found send penny. Say eyewo na niema ye ka se ekoso ye didi wan kebe yode oyino nim say niema ni bi wo ha de omo ye ni na nkosi aga because you see enchebo sa attorney general ba be gina ho no nipa na ba bontene no be bonu kwa du kakraka no aguna ni mu ase kakraka no fa obi ankokod no issue rate bia or try no media ni mansa no ayeden wadina kokod because onya oye dubu ahi bi emo ni ade owie no. And near me bedia dance yen na say me say yati almost about more than 70 pages a few documents bi mu na dia court na me machine na me sere keke wo di book na ekọ baby a dance dey won wo sunsan dey free mu ye dia ko judge atum I know dey ekọ no because judges ni na say hu abo mu because we say Supreme Court judge or chief justice
onompo
but dey di no na me ameti circuit court and high court no bi de no kwa idea semba ne tia panyini bia ebe dem akoka kira bofra no wo mu no ana wo no asebi ebi a wo bobre no tibia no enu se nipa no ti no anwe yi na oni abenya asem a na ayo adu so bedwane akọ and article 41 money ade say high court muawa ontimi muawo cause judge no to oso because one way yi ebe pam no na oni and I know ba ko din komo the majority leader they are trying to bring a legislative instrument as to how ye chief justice money ye nipa ni be free ekwekwo ni bi mu no on ba be shemu kina because the weakest link but anusu na nke ejina ye chi ye pa no the Supreme Court headed by the chief justice anyhow you remove no and therefore e be anu by a warrant of the president petition no aba na dem catch obi ni say so the petition we atwa mo man panyina agi ato ma council of state agi ato ya establish prima facie case misbehavior there or in one way ya china no any chief justice that will come o lazy ni mpaboa na lazy ni ba ko wase ni ba ko a misbehavior wa guni kufin o in we yet o man yes onu munsuo no the sit table so na a half wa guni kufin the let's take akaka up na no obi betro petition dia ko
obi tia obi ye India so obi bu obi ali chia o si yi no
what I say so am I in chipin and near manua ye no because now we have it because they know mechanic is it na meka me come me get to tokono me come me who say me MPP ni na say me sum MPP amanyuko me come wo a wotifia wo yet me muni na hu say atemu adwuma ni gina ho ma me no mienu na se yechim no say dia wan we yi a wo a wotifie no e kina kodu court dem na wonim se asem we die me dibem na antena ma wa emmo judge ne kwa adu kese but eyehu a me no mienu atena se ama ban de awuratem adwuma nimu no ena ebo won hu ama ontimi nyina won fapem so emfa mu aten a etene emfa mai
na ngotwa bo pa meter duasanum mame no mewie ewo eto won sensem na afi don hre ba kwa kan me ne Dr. Fuku ne honorable Amwoku Michael Entoaso atofo se ba mra shebadwafie oberedi budget munyina mo budget so Ghana for budget so or say or make a bold statement obey increasing revenue without introducing new tax. A tax no crown a ton of baby crumpo emission tax ye e-levy ye na ya covid ne ndie omo kan ene covid de no eda so e wo honom enne yesi d levy eba ye koda so yesi suspend afi jere for ababo amane say 16th of July next week Wednesday omo sha say I implement d levy no mudingo mo ofia na no na metie honorable Kojo Ponkroma. It's like woma for kuntuna say edge jisika bia guys muni eni hu nkomo ya nganka yensi anom no omo hada ntiase ye na akweso oh aban ba yi to bebre afiri ho na so no mo ji esika
Ohene at force be kind budget obi amanyi ne so
wa mo anyi ne so bi oh okay
ani ma amanyi ne so edi kan edwumadi ade ahye ne nsa se osoafo a o man panyin se onhwe ne sika se mo ntoto ye so no to be di ne dwumadi yo be kan so mehwem na metenase na medwene ho kwa akira me hunu se emfa nsunsu aso pa emma
ni nkranhye bi ani obi ntiase bi obeka so nya ho ya ne de ka ene se dollar ye 10.2 10.3 no 10.5 but ohene o mine adwumakuo baako kese ai ne ofrizo mo de raking in more revenue they abroad mine in terms of foreign exchange currency dollar a gold board omo pass na najo du baako aba pa ho na o trase o se na me hobi ko de ne e ka wo mo ye pese omo de ye adwuma no mo mfa nye adwuma on kind clause no cry line item home yan consider clause 1 yay clause 2 yay because they have the numbers
discussing po on our website on our exchange rate on our website
I think the 12.7 or so
any 10.2 na yepe government institutions be no oni gidi call on the Bank of Ghana rate no dey happen because on hine enye real any ho yemi hanu mon kanchire ye omo ye transfer no mon kanchire omo pe dollar
gold go for the say exchange rate no
12.7
a dollar no
12.7 Bank of Ghana say
10.2
ohine yanyam na make on omo website o metimi ayi di akire me yi di akire am wakan o me phone yin so akire o sisi e ohine you see ye niema you wan hwe yi a me say dollar ne ba 1:1 so man panyin ko for pension me ni beje ade me ninye but also yen hihye ye betimi agina na chi ama etimi di ayeden ade ayede ye no to force buy no be yi levy and we emission tax obi en ho man mo betimi produce otua once na say en check crowd just about 3 or 4 weeks ago and the deputy finance minister about parliament to answer a question as to how much that the previous administration enya free the collection of emission levy mo or can it plain
say
abina njiske bia wo ho say abina anye kapre wo ho or can in on the floor of parliament captured by Hansard. So you cannot say
no one be free
or hine ade ani afani yi levy tieni yi na ye to eba ma nipa dodo kan ho asem say ha dwen no problem but then do hine na ye optional tax because a optional tax no pan na butua na nya nhye ohine na nya nhye metie smansani mobile mania ohine mintua bi ebia metie sesi na maame ata ohia bia sikapon ahanum so ade kwa akoto aduru ohine sima faka etua 50 Ghana edis kana kwa akoma no me de man mumu na metua 5 cedis na before say one eteme risk so ne nsa beka ne ntem me nkoto ntwene eno mo ni ade ba se me yam yam adwen se me diskan kwa koma na me ntua yi levy ni bi enya compulsory oyi ya na nanadwo oba parliament eno odi di levy ye den e baaye asio ye di kotua e kan mo ni ade a ewo ho mo ni ade o yen fa kotua ka odi kotofa ngo yen yete woni anfa di levy ama di levy no eye 4 cedis 50 pesos per gallon ukoto gallon ba ku bia se wutua 4 cedis 50 pesos na dia soso o hene eno efunu oni funu the dead body krabe tua bi
efunu
betua di levy kokonfa no che ne koyi body koyi odesia wo so ode na eba fie ode beto hex mu cause we nkra hexa ye man fa body ode beto funu ka mu efunu ka no beto petrol agum Now if it's a 50 pesos one day to so no ka na eto ni sales mu no hwan no de be ma no enye funu ne kana ya de ne kwad na kwoto amene mu no
obetua no
efunu kura betu on efunu be ne tua yi levi I know ya kan niam wo man ma me hwe ni o ene no o ka ho ya mu ya fa koma pa entie niam a ye ka no mu ya free ebi a ye ya obi ahometie bim eni bia nsusude ani ahi bia ni esusse wo ho na ye ntie bi kore once buy a pressure by mkitu ya bi money ade ye catch them say this is not the right way to go yanko fo bi anfa ho you see we are suspending money ade or the bad of system
yes
it's the driver union for Nebeka ohine yati o man mu ha ene ye nuanum manum ene mema nurse fo kotena se ye nhihye ye de na de ya na eya ene say one councilman mo bi ante wase na mrante ni bi na radio so ne akofa documenta enfa anese for no conditions of service no ne dey twa o madwadwo now say a playbook NDC for playbook o matcho no mo use the same thing. No, that is not the first time anese akọ strike o masia o mo ye o so ye kofa Cuba for ne akofa retired for aba. No, this year esaba ya ye kofa retired nurses aba. Mamia atawoji awonko amoji awonko ekomfie be duonu numa se aduonu nwotwe 28 years money ade ene ni sisi munyina ago odini dino so anya wo betimi agye ne perfect so tenase ba mfasa anya wo mfie aduoso enso money ade ebi ma wie na omo akofo ma ba no nyetua na nka betu omuka oni se to atade so srani se nurse ni ka chense afini na matade nsha ka ye bone oni ka ye bone anya bone. But ye twa woma dwa mamuni ade ma omo do mani true because ni padodo ye yi ebekwa hu yihie mu so omo suspend o man asatena he no tie on se beka che omo se beka che o man se se de omo demands ne share budget mu e over 2 billion yeah. Ni pankwa no anya quantification economy ni be crash 2 billion na se ne e ko implement e mo amfa kwati kwa ma nipa aduanan num psychiatric nurses Oliver Bamawo edi ani mu di court sebe ya ye intimi implement mo mani nie yakaka so abaina ya de impo wa ho kire bremu ne se wetimi elevate the condition of service and amudidi so saa na mutari kire na ekọ court ni twam wa ba be implement no utwa body atoso e de ati omo se udi 2 billion ne hyemu a ebe dey ebe sei o budget ni nyina mo ne ade so no obo anse no to letter de by say omomo the Kodia passport no so that they can do the quantification and see say so your budget afero betimi dia hye ade a edi afe no ohine etine enhye ade no mani ade ne sikasam nhye ade no me se ba no mo gi abasobodi amenka hwe yen ekono ye fra bem na dollar $14 cedis so just a little over 14 cedis. Ni atia Russia Ukraine war to kwem mekoso aka ni atenam ye tenam ni atena covid bremu yen na Israel tokwa ne beto yen omo de omo bai na ato ye dada Israel name Palestine tokwa no October 7th no yen na beto yen na nya omo tie ni e live those two wars no ani wiase amane hunu yare kase no yen na to yen MPP amanye konya NDC yare aboko sachi amane triwanfu no kebo abo akwa do bia kemse ne yemu nsunu nyina abeko wo ba enu akakra ya Israel for edane wo mutadua mu kakra bi na no or say I've called my team to look at the what the Israel-Palestinian war also enu odo be ya asem kan ba ye penso no ye de Russia-Ukraine war asem kan yesimi enya bida sabi the contribution of Israel, Iran, and Palestine, to the global economy in terms of oil and nipa use power, in terms of grain, wheat, nipa use power, fertilizer, nipa use power, and nipa use power. These 3 countries no be any. But go to Russia, oil. Go to Ukraine, the most arable and fertile land in Europe. I want the war. when you do wheat dodo anwa dodo fertilizer dodo ewiase ne honom kofa free that is nti na nti na ewiase na ani abre ewo honom ni ade eno no anya nsunsuanso na Israel de anya nsunsuanso boss ye ka no nya ya se mama mo nka kra da eno mo ni ade mo de yi mo ho ano ade esi ende ebeka enei eba 12 cedis na gold board use and a Bank of Ghana used to 10 cedis. You must say you know or transfer sika dodo no. Say a decent and son yes where transfer on saka. And ne you know to force me catch and then I watch me in some year. So releasing 928 million to the assemblies as quarter one common fund for assembly DC for no any DF for no any MF for no be so almost on my account no siska ba beto mu a
but I say enti wenum 19 na unu nuanom about 60 of your colleagues say this problem Dr. Bawumia na beti admanim de akwa ye free or how no mu in 2028 no
ohene me hu ensachaya me obi be ka kire me a wogina so de ama me fapem se nu ntino se ne esi hye ye niema ye de call 2024 elections ne ensesa no me hu ensachaya obi an convincing me se ne esi hye no ona odi kan no ye ensesa no unless I'm convinced. I am open to be convinced. Me who be. I remain resolute. So the party never failed.
In choosing Dr. Bawumia.
The party never failed. The government never failed. It doesn't mean let us be very candid. Very candid. The decisions you making those days were very right and prudent for this country. Na ehia na eye sebeboa mo man nhihye akonanim ba yenwan man tia say I don't fault them but the nyan sunsun so ma bi mo te dai eno nchese yakwa no ombati ada me twese e be call 19th no e will go ni aba that the party will take the final decision say yakwa to January 31st money ade we will tell people why media mi susu die mu no I feel say we do not need to change the structure. Now they call the general election in 2024 because we must be guided by history, the present and the future.
His name is Akwasi Kunodu, MP. I will mention North. Unia Ketua Inshaba Daniel say Ochiao. He's so proud of you. Oheneba Boache will mention North or UK. There is a big program, EBA, Unity Conference, or UK, Brunei University, September 6th. And to say you're ready with invitation.
Catch us on family. I was when was na Otibokro State. Yeah. 10. B37. O my film didn't come. Deep near the friend no me can win. Sir. On the those days so na movie bi or TV so Sunday we dem kana coffee them ko hebi.
I journey to the west.
Journey to the west. So no be need chef. It's you chef for me.
That's it. Nyamisha no adaje.
Nyamisha go be that's
great. Honorable Boadu Michael. MP okay, any MP nim komo. No person any dim komo. Any dim komo na me honorable Dr. Fuxgo en chance mra. Dr. Fuxgo
baby on dey na.
Baby on dey na. Yeah chance ya hono. Let me say if you party mun komo nka me di do na Wednesday. But okay, so the argument is that and she say ya ban ye party no I form one ban she say e kwan dey person for so buman no it wasn't wrong. Name of understanding, communication, lack of communication, and I'm a man for Yantias, but he thinks moving forward, ye dear and como ye, na ye such a mocha crabia, Ghana for Betias, and so the candidate or the Necoeno, he is not convinced, saying Sano. You subscribe to that argument?
100%.
Discuss. 20 marks.
Okay, I'm in jail. Mazun contact for jail.
You mean also?
Because the also in jail.
Mechano and a pay Mechano. Last time he made a wonderful contribution to my show. No, I think last week Tuesday or so, my friend. No, it was amazing. Brilliant. The feedback I got was wow.
And una Mazun contact bia obviously on the post.
Yanin komo.
Oheneba unse mama cheche ma Wontumi. Me chema be obi a me chena. Adam ne kusia ba bi na chema me chia. Chacha by pa. Also, team be Quabontin. Team in the Quabontin, I call you Jumaka to find out the entire MPP and Bomodin Cassi about to a course. And I said, the Chamu Yamuno. What's send your man to do no, you know, over 100 questions a busa a fab Dr. Baumia or finding in a straight to be any ho. Bakupecracy and Cassa or non personality, and I say, no way. Baby on Becca Befana could 12 years he was part of the government. Or no any personality. Say, why ye free north, why ye Cremoni, why ye Deni, or party, baby, everything be no affected the fortunes of the party. Party no modern bo holding in any the uncle yen, it wasn't. Baumia, Baumia content, and he still remains one of the best personalities there. So MPP for him ye edukwa anymore. Ebe party no, ebe party na kwa anymore bebre. Eti Oheneba media I subscribed to, and I said the honorable Konedu kan no. I think it's in the right direction. Say MPP person mo kona nim, ekwa anim na omko perform ye dia. As I said. You're about me, as all maintaining or not maintaining the year. King here crossing could be a crowd contest, as all maintaining ye. Name mum, the archives of my say, a Jumapa, you're a Kufuado, ye, any near mark of course, communication, no, any explanation, no. This time around, Munya Butre, Namuntre Trimu, entre Ghana. Fortunately for MPP enough. So short time when this is for better they have seen it. One of the radio station bio Safi me really feel crooning me no makasano pay be 1 hour. And questions of Mubusa no Busa Mubia Nasa me say dollar no before I'm say Kuku as a buyer near bay ye to be above for money. See debut Kuku as a buyer for the boy and I'm $0 They don't care so much about the dollar now, the artificial dollar now more can people don't care so much. NPP, Ebo holding pan, NDC is messing up big time. This is the time. One thing I can so this is the time MPP have to punch the holes on 111 on every activity via NDC. But we have left them in the hook. And now, almost yet the person will be our dear cost to say, a move beer in Hukuye. It's a tax on a bar. Most one city pay, we need some become one. Meaning, almost Ghana for be oh, just our tax no. At the so the Kakutia, a car, a walk, you see, Jenny, energy sector. Nancy, by what to pay him energy, and that is electricity. Up to 14.something%, 14.75%. What's about 2.something%? What can you mean, Boma? You are talking about almost 17%. 70%. Worker salary to 10%. You get my point. It is all the what do we mean? Kwa say ECG kwa electricity are almost 92% of Ghanaians. Etuebino. Utum. What to 17%. Salary a Ghanaian for. You know, yeah, Juma Utu just 10%. What team you do from the different? What did the driver for? What that driver for? The Omama fell by 15%. Almost 15%. Over to petrol. You see, this high near my room, yeah, Cassani dear. That's why I'm more devoted to so much at their communication. So now they should just go and confuse the people, and that is what they are doing. Tell your people, say they should calm down.
All right.
They should MPP4. They should calm down. Settle on Yoruba Umia. Not energy na kano. Omo fanko enimu. Enfanko ye ejuma. Embwa na party na honya kono.
Me say.